It is sad. Well, too bad, Gen.G. See the Akali ban from Gen.G on red side here because they chose that. Fred Brion will have first pick. Also the Set ban and the Ezreal ban leads me to believe Fred Brion are going to look for the Kalista pick here because it's one of Henna's favorites. It's his most played, and Ruler really likes it, and that shows in the speed at which we see the draft. The Aphelios pick will come in quick. We know that one is going to be where the Thresh was going. The champions left available. The question becomes now, what do you take with this? And given Hoya's proclivity to control the game with this Gnar, I'm not shocked by it. And this is a Fred Brion specific pick. No other team in the LCK is really prioritizing Gnar right now at all, especially not face up like this blind. You do have the opportunity now with the necessity to pick the Tahm Kench, have the ability to ban the Jace in the second ban phase. You can ban the GP.
All can get aggressive at least, and there it is, and it's an excellent ball carrier. So this is the same comp, except it has Xin Zhao instead of Lee Sin.
Yeah, and arguably I liked it a lot better. You know, you can do a lot of counter ganking against the Volibear, and it'd be interesting to see this one return, and we will see BDD's Syndra. And it's actually his second time this season. He's the only one who's playing it right now.
Fight over this objective right now. just used his ultimate, and they're going to spot him, and Hoya has no idea. This is unfortunate for him. In goes the Lee Sin as First Blood will come down. And Rascal will be able to pick that up.
Didn't even need Klid's ultimate there to secure the kill.
Like 10 seconds on flash, and really unfortunate. They're looking for Klid though. He's gonna have to ult away now. A lot of damage coming out here from Henna. Yeah. This guy, I feel like they still haven't really figured out. As the kick comes in, Rascal just gonna flash and take the life of Hoya, who does not flash away from that one.
And this is, you've got to do something as Fred Brion now because the top side of the map is completely controlled by Might available. Lava's in position.
Oh, he's going to get over with the Lantern, though, and here we go. The Mega Gnar into the wall, but the Smite goes the way of Klid. As Hoya now trying to frontline, and they are going to find Klid. In goes the Lee Sin, looking for the kick, and he will get a huge shockwave. Comes into that back line, but Ruler will survive. And the front line of Gen.G is just too far ahead. Look at Rascal go. This guy is a monster in this game.
Rascal doing everything for Gen.G in this fight. I mean, he practically won it by himself, even with the Gnar ultimate coming through. I mean, there's just not too much you could do. The timing of the shockwave for Lava was just so late that it almost is able to execute a few targets, but it does not happen. I'm going to go back in time here and watch this fight. Just a really easy chase for Rascal.
Just the follow-up.
Yep, he has Safeguard to do the ward hop, look for the E for the execution, and that is
20% health. Oh, and now everybody's getting into it. There was not enough action early on. Trying to now get on top of Henna, but Delight is so good at peeling for this AD carry. It's ridiculous, and Rascal has gone way too deep this time around.
Yeah, it's funny how Rascal give it, the Rascal taketh away. In the last fight, he handled everything so well. Just kept jumping between members of Fred Brion, was unkillable. So much healing, but it's the question.
They're going to have to get in there right now. But the damage is pretty huge. We're at 3,000 health. Teleport right on top of them. And they're going to have to kite back. Now you see Klid trying to get on in there. He wants it, but he will not get it. And Klid goes in, and the damage is coming out now from Henna. As huge from BDD, at least, trying to get on top of him. Ruler's desperately trying to get excited as the kick comes in from Rascal on the top side, and he will be able to isolate Henna, and that's all they really had to do. As Lava has a lot of health, but now he's all alone up against the two carries here on the side of Gen.G. There's going to be enough damage to push them away, but still, a nice fight here from Gen.G, but the Dragon at least did go into the pockets of Fred Brion.
Archangel finishes for Lava, that's why he teleports in. He does a ton of damage in the fight. The beginning of the fight looked tragic for Gen.G when Rascal engaged in, had to use his stopwatch, which he now will no longer have, and he won't be able to build his own or anything like that. So that damage, without a better setup here, once that is gone.
Yeah, Ruler is just keeping everybody at arm's length, and look at this, Rascal, he's so far ahead. Another solo kill comes in, and he is just having the game of the split here on Lee Sin, just dominating everybody.
Yeah, I mean, 7-1-1. It's got a BF sword. Be so careful right now against this Lee Sin.
All right, that's not it. This is also the power of the Syndra, right? Just calmly kind of... Okay, well, they're just trying to clear the waves right now. Shockwave CD is pretty short at this point in time, so don't freak out.
Yeah, no, it's...
Will go the way of Gen.G. That is Mountain Soul. Come around here from Rascal, trying to get on top of Henna, but the flash comes in. We're just zooming in onto this. He's looking for the kill. The flash on in. Can he actually get it? The Core Drinker is enough to keep him alive to get the kill, as everybody has to flash away from the Scatter the Weak.
That should be game. The shielding comes through.
Oh, they're in there.
Delight's definitely dead, and now Gen.G's on the chase. It's an angry bear. This is such a one-sided game.
After such a fantastic game, too, it was back and forth. There was a lot of tension, and sure, the snitch was caught in the end, but in this third and final game, Gen.G just run away with it, and we'll never know what a closer game could have looked like with these two drafts, the upgrade.
And the GA purchase was perfect, actually, because it allows him to just go in without any recourse, right? I mean, even if you kill him, he already did so much damage. He pushed Henna out of the fight, and there was not really much they could do to stop the Lee Sin. You can't really get away from him. Henna does with the Thresh and all of your flashes and summoners.
Henna does not have ultimate for this defense. There's going to be a Shockwave. Gen.G have 30 seconds to Baron, so they don't actually have to push the issue here. They have a lot of minions, but only with a Xin Zhao dead. They're not going to risk losing the advantages they have here in the base, or rather play for objective, back off. It's 5 minutes till the Elder Drake. Baron buff guaranteed. No, there's not a lot they could do. Now, Lava does have teleport, but they can't group up here. They have to deal with the bot pressure. They have to deal with the top pressure.
Uh-oh. Well,
Omti is way out of... I mean, that is... I mean, that's... He got picked, okay? I don't know what else to say. Like,
yes,
he was way too far out there, trying to control some of the vision, dies for it. There's no good decision here anymore for Fred Brion. Every choice is a losing one. They're 10,000 gold behind. I mean, Henna doesn't have his ultimate. Like, again, same situation.
There it is. They get another pick. And now with the Jinx online and the amount of work that Rascal has done in this game, doesn't look like there's anything. There's another Scat of the Week, exactly what you said when we saw the draft. Comes to life before our eyes. And that's going to do it, guys. Gen.G will pick up the win here tonight, 2-1. Very dominant in a couple of the games, at least. As Bro were able to put up their best effort, but Gen.G will remain undefeated here at the LCK as they pick up their 7th series win in a row in summer.
Very dominant performance here in this final game. Game 2 was mostly dominant, right? We saw a small mistake from Ruler in the end. Game 1 was also a pretty one-sided affair, right? So it felt like we got 3 one-sided Gen.G games, with the exception that the late game for Fred Brown ended up being great. We did see a pop-off from Hoya. Then Ruler, you know, unfortunately was caught out of position and killed in that second game, which led us to a third game. But what's most impressive about Gen.G to me in this series, and not just the consistency they showed mechanically across all 3 games, but it's mostly the fact that they are able to adapt their draft so quickly and so concisely into exactly the answer.
At the LCK specifically, they have 2 matches left. And you guess who they are? Dalmon Kia and T1. 2 matches left for round 1, I should say.
Sure.
Or we do go into the second half of summer.
So Gen.G's match against Damwon Kia will be on Sunday this week, so that's a big one coming up. I'm going to watch these final moments.
우리 노플일걸? 우리 노플일걸?
우리 노플?
우리 존냐 있다?
See, I'm pretty sure Oriana does not have flash.
He is correct.
나 알아서 할게. 나 먹기 안 봐줘도 돼.
30초. 지금 끝 맞을게. 여차하면
여차하면 알겠어. 나
Wife just said, basically like, leave it to me.
쓰레쉬. 나이스.
나이스.
내가 나 됐나?
아이고.
우리 너가.
타워.
Rascal's silent, by the way.
He didn't have to say anything. He showed with his
우리 하나
actions
죽여달라는데?
in this game.
아빠.
He can save his voice.
됐었니?
공풀한다. 앞으로 없네.
Calling no flashes.
나이스.
From
너무 잘했다.
life.
아 다행이다. 미안.
잘했어요.
나이스.
Someone apologized. I actually didn't see who it was, because everyone was kind of talking there at once. But I mean, there were some shaky moments in the early game, but Rascal just became a 1v9.
Yeah. I mean, you know, it makes sense from the 280 carries in the 32-minute game. But, yeah, Lee Sin outdoing the Syndrome.